We are living in a time where deception is not hiding anymore, it is walking boldly in the open. If you are not spiritually alert, you will be misled without even realizing it. This is not fear talking, this is truth. Too many people are listening to voices that sound good but are not rooted in God. Not everything that feels right is right. Not everyone who speaks about God actually knows Him. The Bible already warned us this would happen. In Matthew 24:24, it explains that false messiahs and false prophets will rise up and perform signs and wonders strong enough to deceive even those who believe, if that were possible. That means deception will look convincing. It will sound polished. It will even appear spiritual. But appearance does not equal truth. This is why staying awake matters. You cannot afford to blindly follow what someone says just because they mention God. You have to test what you hear. In 1 John 4:1, we are told not to believe every spirit, but to test them to see if they are truly from God. That means using discernment. That means asking questions. That means not being afraid to walk away from something that feels off, even if everyone else is accepting it. A lot of people are being pulled in by messages that focus only on comfort, success, and feelings. But the truth is, God's word is not always comfortable. It corrects, it exposes, and it calls people to change. If a message never challenges you, never convicts you, and only tells you what you want to hear, you need to pause and ask yourself why. 2 Timothy 4:3 explains that a time will come when people will not tolerate sound teaching. Instead, they will gather teachers who tell them exactly what they want to hear. We are in that time right now. People are choosing messages that match their desires instead of messages that align with truth. And this is where deception grows. False teachings often mix truth with lies. That is what makes them dangerous. If something is completely false, it is easier to reject, but when truth is twisted just slightly, it becomes harder to detect. That is why knowing the word for yourself is not optional, it is necessary. Hosea 4:6 says that people are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge, not because they are weak, not because they don't care, but because they do not know. When you do not know the truth, you cannot recognize a lie. You have to stay rooted. Ephesians 5:6 warns not to let anyone deceive you with empty words. That means words that sound good but have no real foundation. Just because something is popular does not mean it is right. Just because it is trending does not mean it is true. And let's be honest, social media has made it easier than ever for false messages to spread. Anyone can speak. Anyone can claim authority. Anyone can build a following. But not everyone is speaking truth. This is why discernment is your protection. God is not the author of confusion. 1 Corinthians 14:33 makes that clear. So if something constantly leaves you confused, conflicted, or unsure about what is right, you need to step back and evaluate what you are listening to. Truth brings clarity. Even when it is hard to hear, it is clear. You also have to watch actions, not just words. In Matthew 7:15-16, we are warned about false prophets who come looking harmless, even good, but inside they are not. The way you recognize them is by their fruit, their actions, their consistency, their integrity. Words can be practiced. Fruit cannot be faked forever. This is not about judging people harshly. This is about protecting your spirit. Being awake means being aware. It means not allowing yourself to be led by emotions alone. It means seeking God for understanding instead of depending on someone else to interpret everything for you. You have access to truth. Use it. Pray for discernment. Ask for wisdom. James 1:5 reminds us that if we ask God for wisdom, He gives it generously. That means you are not left alone trying to figure this out. But you do have a responsibility to seek, to learn, and to stay alert. Do not get comfortable in this season. Do not assume that everything labeled spiritual is safe. Stay grounded, stay aware, stay connected to God. Because deception is real, but so is truth. And truth will always stand if you choose to stand with it. Please feel free to follow, subscribe, comment, like, and share. This helps you to stay connected to me and it helps me to remain here creating more content for you. Thank you, love always, Maria DC Santiago.